This is the Moe-Yallourn Rail Trail. On the morning like today is actually quite beautiful. The sun is out, a little bit of cloud cover. We really wanted to talk about hope for our youth. And I've talked to a lot of parents in this region about what they want for their kids. And it's interesting that there is a lot of hope out there, that they want good things for their children. They're looking for things for them to have a better life, which is quite common from all the countries that I've been to. Most parents want good things for their children. And when I look out there at the all the things that the council has built for you, in particular, I talked recently about the Moe skate park. We've got this amazing skate park there, and there's lots of amazing things in Latrobe City that are available for you. If you look at all the clubs that are there to support you, if you look at all the events that are happening for you, the footy clubs, netball clubs, tennis clubs, there's so many things for our youth out there. And I was thinking about that from the perspective of organising things that encourage our youth, how we can do that. What things can the council lead on? How can the council show its leadership by organising and focusing on things for children that inspire children, that encourage children to want to do things that are really fantastic as part of their life? Because I think from the parents that I've talked to, based on what they have expressed, is they want this kind of thing for their children. And that's where the council, I believe, really needs to step up and provide that support. What I'm going to do is I've got a bridge coming up. I'm not sure the drone's going to make it across there, so I'm just going to pause it for a minute and I'll come on the other side of the bridge. As you can see behind me is the bridge that I was talking about, and I just wanted to go past that because that my camera person, doesn't like water. So they say, so I've got to be careful of that. It was interesting that in talking to a number of parents, and some of the parents that I've talked to would be from low socioeconomic background. And one in particular, I remember him saying for his children, he wanted, g'day, how's it going? Another the youth there with a big smile on his face. I was talking to him and I was talking about an educational program that could provide children with some real world knowledge, things of how to run a business, how to manage finances, how to communicate effectively, how to communicate with respect. And he got really excited about that. That if there was something like that, he would love his children to attend that. And he said to me, and this is the part that really stood out, was he said, because when I was a kid, all my stepdad said to me was I was a useless piece of shit. Now, we know that kind of approach to parenting is not instilling children with the best mindset for the future. And there are so many people out there that have a wonderful mindset, that want to encourage, that want to support, but what they're looking for is the right type of leadership that's going to create these things, that's going to focus on what people in the region need and areas that they can actually affect change. And I know there's a lot of global pressures out there and global things happening. Obviously, there's a lot of discussion federally and state level to do with energy. There's obviously climate change as well, which is an important topic. And a number of, obviously, the elections in America, which is people talking about as well. The reality is that's not something our council can actually affect change on. And in my opinion, nor should it try to. That's what we have federal members of parliament and state members of parliament for. Local council focus on local issues and supporting the local people in developing the community as a whole. Now, that's my opinion. That's what I think we should focus on. And I think with strong leadership that actually says, hey, this is our mandate. This is what we're focusing on. We're going to look at how we can support our young people, how we can create. Well, let me rephrase that. I don't think it's about creating. We've already created. There are so many things here that we've created for our youth. How we can leverage that. And we're not going to be able to do that. We have limited resources. We're not going to be able to leverage that for the benefit of our youth, for our region as a whole, if the focus is fragmented, specifically too on things that we can't really do much about. And yes, we should care about the environment. We should care about energy. That is really important. But the reality is there is not much that our local council can do about that. And again, it's not its mandate to do that. That's what state and federal governments are for. Because, I mean, I look at another person I was talking to, and the skate park came up, particularly because, I mean, I had Pascal from Sumo Skate in Moe as a guest on the Youth Blend FM show, Business, Wealth and Mental Health. And one of the things that inspired me about what he talked about was he said he had a number of kids come in and they loved their skating. Their family wasn't really in the position to afford all the stuff that they wanted. And these kids, as he said, what they did is they went out and got jobs to earn the money to buy things that they wanted to buy. And I thought, what an inspiring story that is. You know, and I more was thinking, you know, if that was something our council focused on the youth and going, hey, this is what you can do. Not only what you can do, but actually encouraging people to do that. And that links to the council supporting local businesses. Because if the council's focus is to support local businesses, use its use its resources to focus on helping local businesses do really well, that's going to create more employment opportunities for our youth. Rather than, and that's why I mentioned energy, rather than focusing on, you know, debates about nuclear or solar or whatever, again, things that the council cannot and should not be focusing on trying to change. That's for our federal and state politicians. And this is where I wonder, you know, do we need stronger leadership in our council that is focused on what it should be focused on, or in my opinion, what it should be focused on, and that is supporting our youth, creating initiatives, working with parents with those initiatives to encourage the youth to get out. And then imagine what that would look like in the future if we've got a whole bunch of youth then becoming our future leaders. Because it's amazing what our young people come up with when you put it to, and you inspire them to say, hey, you can contribute, which is what they want. Just had a little bit of a break. The cameraman decided he needed a rest. I'm a say cameraman. He dresses in white. He kind of hovers a little bit in front of me as I'm walking along. And so I lost my train of thought there. Really, I come back to it. What I'm looking, I guess what I'm inquiring about, putting that out there is that what people want? Does our community, does the Latrobe City community want to focus on helping our youth Is that one of the key things? There's lots of things we need to address, but is that one of the key things that we want to be focusing on? Is creating an environment? Because my thinking is, well, if we create an environment where there's initiatives that provide support for youth, inspiring them about how to communicate with respect, how to help others, how to manage finance as well, how to manage a business, and how to be part of the community and contribute to, for example, organisation, volunteering. And I mean, from the perspective of volunteering, I mean, giving, we know from research that when you do that, you produce a whole bunch of dopamine and serotonin and all these other things that actually make you healthier. So do we want to be sharing that knowledge with our youth? And as such, if we're doing that and then helping local businesses as well, because think about it, I mean, if you're supporting a local business with your spending, and the council is supporting that by encouraging local business and providing what local business needs to be able to operate effectively, because local businesses don't have the same resources that big corporates have. You look at the big franchises, they've got tons of legal people and administrative people to complete all the paperwork that needs to be completed, which obviously makes it a lot easier for them to operate, especially when dealing with a council. Does council need to simplify how local businesses operate? Sorry, does council need to simplify how it interacts with local businesses to make it easier for local businesses to operate? Because they don't have the same resources that big corporates have. And the big corporates, are they reinvesting the money that they make, the profits that they make in the local economy, and even could argue, in the Australian economy? Or are they sending, the money outside of the region, and sending it outside of Australia? So I think, in my opinion, it would be wonderful to see a shift in the initiatives and the focus that Latrobe City Council has. The focus becoming more about the local issues that locals want addressed. And particularly a couple of areas I think are really important. There's many issues that we need to deal with, but certainly the ones that I'm tabling here, I'm talking about here, is let's engage the youth more. Let's let the council focus on local initiatives that can help our youth get out there and be part of the workforce and be part of local business. So that also entails supporting local business in being able to operate more efficiently without having to deal with so much red tape. Just a couple of thoughts to your suggestions. I'm just going to move a little bit to this side because I've got someone coming the other way who's also walking. Hello, how are you? Beautiful day, isn't it? How we can just simplify the process, and it doesn't have to be hard. Now, if the focus is genuinely to care for the constituents, then really let's cut the red tape and help the people that need the most help in our community. And there's a number of things, and certainly love your input as to areas you think the council should focus on, and probably also highlight where you think it's gone wrong. And I say, if you're inquiring as to where I am, I probably should have said that at the start. I can't remember or not. But This is the Moe-Yallourn Rail Trail, which, I must say, in a morning like today, is absolutely magic. And this is one of the things about our region. There's just so much here, so many things that we could be promoting. And when I say we, I mean the collective we, as in we inspire and encourage the council to focus on local things that are here, right here at our doorstep, that could attract, we certainly could attract attention externally. I've traveled a lot of countries around the world. I'm going to choose here. There's a left or right. You can't see that, but I'm going to go downstream, which is going, not going into Newbar. I'm going into Railbridge. It's going to be really cool. Oh no, it's Railbridge. And oh, that's what I was going to say. I've traveled to lots of places, lots of countries around the world, and I'm a bit of a train person. I like trains. Like a lot of people like trains. A lot of people like trains. Maui, when we look at the region, I'll step back a little bit. Obviously, most people have heard of the Walhalla Goldfields Railway. Fantastic initiative that's attracting a lot of attention. This is wonderful. You also look in Traralgon. You have the Traralgon, the Gippsland Model Engineering Society that have trains running once a month. They're miniature steam train, working steam train that you can ride on. That's really cool. And then in Maui has one of the best in the world, and I've been to a lot of train sets around the world. And yes, there's some really, really, really big ones in fabulous honest. But when you put it in context of, you look at a regional area, Maui has one of the best model train sets in the world, and very few people know about them. And these are all things, and when we're talking about the council, focusing on local issues, local items that it could be promoting. And when you look at that, the council could step out and say, inquire, use its resources, inquire, what have we got here? Not only what have we got here, but what have we got here that's going to attract attention, that differentiates itself? And people love trains. This is just one example, and there's many things, and I'm sure you'll all contribute and share things, which is the aim. Let's talk about all the awesome things that we've got, especially things that other people like. People like trains, they will travel for trains. So if we promote it, people will come. Spend the money, boost the economy, and help us move forward. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Got more people coming. Got to move to the side a little bit here just so that they drone. Yep, and so we're going in front. Oh, g'day, how you going? Yeah, things. Yeah, good though. There's a little puppy dog coming too. Hello, Mr. Puppy. Hello. A popular track. But yeah, there's so many things out there that we can share. Not just share, but actually other people are going to be interested in. So we can share with more than just our broader community. We can share with the state and share with the country. You'll have to excuse me there again. My cameraman got a little bit tired again. This track is really lovely. Plan to do a number of more walks around, exploring different areas and just having a chat. I'm certainly open to talking about topics that you might feel relevant. So please feel free to reach out and let me know if there's anything you'd like discussed or shared. I'm more than happy to listen to and communicate in that regard. But I think I was concluding with talking about how we can engage with you. And that's the primary, what I was aiming to talk about on this video, but I've gone on a little bit of a tangent. Because I just think there's so much here that we've got. So many things that are exciting. So many things that we can encourage others to bring forward. And that's where, again, we need strong leadership from the Latrobe City Council that focuses on the issues that are relevant here. Yes, there are bigger things that we are all concerned about, and energy is one, the environment another, and these are really important issues. But really, our council needs to acknowledge that, yes, but let's deal with the things that we can do. And there are so many, I think, with limited resources, we need to focus on what we can actually do and on the wonderful things that are here. And one of those things I said, there are so many, I think, from talking with a lot of parents, there's a lot of parents out there that want some inspiration for their children. And this is something the council can do. It can encourage initiatives to inspire youth to be actively part of the community. And that youth want things. They want to. I, as a child, when I was here, I did a paper round because I wanted money, and similar sort of thing. As I mentioned before about the kids that wanted skate picks. Well, they know they need money, so they got a job, and then by virtue of encouraging business, supporting business, getting rid of some of the red tape that prevents business from operating effectively, those businesses will be around to be able to support, or they'll have the resources to employ those youth, not just the youth, but adults as well. And there's further things we can talk about later about how these businesses, we've got so many wonderful, unique products and services here that can branch out at a state level and at a national level, providing greater income and resources to build on that. So there are a couple of points I wanted to talk about in this video. It's a bit longer than I was originally planning. I've got my cameraman fired 3 times. But certainly I'd love to have your feedback as to what you think are the relevant issues that we need to be focusing on here in this region. And things particularly that you think we can change and how we would go about doing that. I'd love your feedback. This is my 2 cents. I'm going to finish it now. And I look forward to chatting to you in person and sharing some more things and hearing your feedback as well. Thanks for listening.